And I've never seen it before in my life.
That's amazing.
So it's like a whole new discovery of life. And I got that, and that was born from everything so doom and gloom.
Yeah. Well, then perhaps that's the wake up call. Would you agree? I mean, certainly for me, it's been a massive part of the wake up call has been the doom and gloom, and staring it big and ugly in the face, because until you actually see something for what it is, and you gauge your own experience by what you're hearing, and yet you look out into life, and I take my dog for a walk every morning, and we are very blessed to live in such a lovely part of the world. I'm right by the coast, so I've got the choice of walking along a canal, in the woods, along the beach, and I'm just breathtaking every single morning. And I'm just like, the birds are singing, and it's, at the moment it's fresh green. Even in the rain, it's fun. I just have a laugh, and it's just like, my gosh, is the world so bad? Hell no.
Yeah, no.
It's not.
That's right.
It's not. No. But yet it's almost like we're being pushed into this level of perception of the world. Mm-hmm. And when you're squeezed and pushed into this perception of the world, like if you listen to the news 24/7, oh my goodness me, I'm surprised people are still able to function. Yeah. If they're doing that. Mm. I think I said last time to you, I'm not sure, but certainly I've said it to you before. I haven't watched the news for over 25 years. Mm-hmm. Not on a day. I catch glimpses here and there, and I read stuff here and there, but I don't immerse myself in it. And I think I've had that different ability to sort of extract myself from that and just concentrate on the everyday, just getting on with life, appreciating life. And that's grown more and more and more over the years. So like you're saying, I mean, just the simple appreciation of watching nature, seeing the spring bursting out all over the place is just flipping mind blowing. And so, I have this conversation with my husband recently, with all these wars and all this stuff, this craziness that's going on in the world. If everyone just stopped for a freaking minute and went, we're not doing this anymore. We are not buying into this anymore.
This is madness.
It stops.
Yeah.
It just flipping stops.
It's interesting you say this, right? Because look, it's funny that wars, if you think about a war, if you look at the commandments of what laws are set by in terms of thou shalt not kill, however, except when we want you to, except that there's somebody over there that is all right, apparently that there's a threat, so that means you've got to then go out there and kill X amount of people. And in the eyes of what God or the universe or whoever, Allah, whoever, in these eyes, you're not doing anything wrong. So in one hand, there's commandments saying, no, you shall not do this. However, in the other hand, all right, it's okay though, because we're saying, and then, if you do that, it's going to be all right. Yeah. It's madness.
It's a head mess, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No wonder we're in the state we're in. No wonder the world is in the state it's in. That there is this level of confusion and indoctrination from everywhere. It's not just it's just insidious, it seems, isn't it? And I know we're going quite deep here, aren't we?
Yeah, no, but it's all good. Look, go for it.
but maybe this is part of this, we're talking about what the solutions are, right? For people, just generally, humanity, in terms of what we can do on a practical level. And I think, again, that has been a very conscious choice for me to not get myself absorbed in that forum, and trust that what I'm being told is the truth, because I know for a fact that it is not the truth. There is so much misdirection, misperception, misinformation from all different angles. It's really hard, like we've said, to know what to believe and who to believe. And so it comes back to that, like you say, just that simplicity almost, isn't it? It's like taking it right back to basics and going, right, I've opened my eyes in the morning. I've woken up in a really nice bed, house. I've got the comforts. I've got, if you're fortunate enough to have those things in your life, just to be flipping grateful that you've actually woken up in the morning next to somebody you love, with food in your house and, all this sort of thing. And just go, well, that's amazing to start with. And then what can I make of this amazing day then? And okay, it might sound a bit of a happy clappy way of doing it, but actually, how do I want to live my life? How the hell? Right? I just want to live.
Yeah, I agree. and we have a choice.
Yeah,
we have a choice on how we choose to live. And we've got that decision is for everybody to make. And I do get it in terms of, look, right, if we want to choose to be happy, but then, we've got the bills dropping through the door and all the rest
Absolutely.
of it. But then we've also got the choice to do something about that.
Yes.
You've got the choice to, there's lots of people out here, obviously you've done lots of coaching and training before in the past. This is what my business is, but, if you don't resonate with either of us, there are untold other people out there that no doubt, will, and genuine people as well, that can, teach whatever area of success that you want to achieve. So it's down to us to make the choices on how we choose to live our lives.
Yeah.
And if we do not make the right choices, then we can't then point fingers and blame and say, well, hang on a minute, oh, it was because of this, it was that. It's like sometimes we're sitting there just with our hand out waiting for everything to be given to us. Yeah. Whereas we've got a choice of how we wake up each and every day, the gratitude of what we feel in our heart, the energy of what we're putting out there, the type of lifestyle that we're actually living. We've got a choice. And I'm not saying it's easy. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying, all you got to do. All you got to do is just do this. And, of course, it's not just like that.
Yeah.
However, if you want it enough, if you've got enough desire and determination, then you can achieve an ultimate abundant life if that's what it is that you are looking to achieve.
Yeah.
This is something that I hold very close to my chest. One of the things of what I want is I don't just want financial wealth. I want an abundant life.
Yeah.
So I want the right people around me. I want to feel the right love. I want to feel joy. I want to feel it all. Why? Because, well, why not?
Yeah.
Why? This is why my one experience of life, my one experience of being J. Anthony Hastings. And you know what? Why choose that experience to be doom, gloom, shit, the world's coming to an end, everyone's after me, and not recognize any of the beauty that we see? Because look, this is going to be really crazy, right? And look, some people might be thinking this guy's going too far now, right? But I've been suffering with hay fever for many, many, many years now, right? Since I really noticed nature, I haven't felt it. Like, I'm not saying this is the cure to hay fever or what. I'm just saying this has been my experience so far. It's a choice now of what I'm choosing to make in terms of, like loving the planet that we're on. And yes, it might be a little bit airy-fairy and, oh, hang on a minute, if we get some, you can sit on the grass and, and all this type of stuff. So that might, that's how some people might feel about that. But again, we've all got our own choices, and whatever works for you to help you achieve that abundant way of living, if that's what you're looking for, everyone's got their own choice,
Would you say, though, Jay, and I think we can probably both resonate with this, that sometimes it takes being in the hard place, being in the shit, being in the oh my God, the world's it's going to end because there's just so much rubbish going on. It sometimes takes that and the bills dropping through the door and not knowing what the hell to do about things to then go, enough's enough.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, because the thing is that if you've always had it good, then you don't know that you've always had it good. And, so it's like, well, what's bad then? Because you've always had it good, and then you just become complacent, and then, and then just fall into, just an expectation. We don't know the difference between what's good and what's not so good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you've had a bit of adversity, if you've had a bit of difficult times, you know what it feels like. So then we can now really work towards having that better quality of life, really pushing for it, and then obviously really then going on to achieve it. And then when you get there, geez, just imagine how that feels.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like to be in the shit.
Yeah.
So, I know that, from my years and, of being homeless at one point, getting kicked out of my household and, having to live, in an abandoned building and, just... and I know what it was like, them days there, I'm loafing, I'm not doing much. And then obviously having the day jobs and, having to ask for annual leave and all this type of stuff just to do anything and just feeling so trapped.
Yeah.
to then becoming, getting myself into a position where, you know what, I don't feel like that anymore. I don't have them same worries. I'm not going to be homeless. I don't have to go and worry about living in an abandoned building. Or there's been other times where, I might have even had shared accommodation and you're sitting outside thinking, oh man, I don't want to go in because I don't want to be around these people, and all those type of feelings. You get to a point now that you're able to live the way that, that you've kind of really, created, and then be able to look back and be like, I've done all right. I've done good.
It's that fulfillment, isn't it? It's that, and now the appreciation of that, the appreciation and the fulfillment of that feeling, that sense that it's all come good. I've had the vision. I've hit the rock bottom. I've and life's twists and turns take you in whatever direction they take you, and then at the end there's that feeling, that sense of. So
you feel the same way, you feel that the adversity that you've maybe gone through in life, that has
100%. But it's interesting. I had a conversation about 10 days ago with a guy who'd come from a completely different background from me. So he had been given everything. He had nothing. He did not want for anything. Driven around in Rolls Royces, Bentleys, holidays on tap. 6 weeks here and 4 weeks there, and lavished all these. Monetary, material things. And he's actually a business coach. And I came from a background, we didn't have a lot. Okay. So I had free school meals, and my parents, had 3 different bits of carpet in the lounge when they first moved into the house. And, we I knew that they didn't have an awful lot. They struggled in not struggled necessarily, but just they didn't have a lot. So therefore I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. So I had a very contrasting experience. Okay. And we only had a family holiday when my parents discovered that stopping smoking was going to be able to afford for them to, take us on a foreign holiday, etc. So we'd come from very different backgrounds, and yet we met in the middle, and we had this conversation about money and how we've both discovered that having money or not having money is not the thing. The thing is being able, for what it means to you and how it feels to you to have it. Because for him, there was no love in the household, but he had all the money in the world. And for me, I had love in the household, but we didn't have very much money. But I wanted money. As I grew up, I made that decision that, I wanted to have more than I'd had when I was a child. So, but we both reached this conclusion that actually the most important thing in life is love, and that feeling, that sense of fulfillment, that sense of achievement, and coming from that place to create wealth and money, and not making it about the money itself. So it's that feeling, that's what I'm saying to you about this sense inside yourself is so much more important than the material and the money and just going after it for the sake of it. Almost, dare I say, the Andrew Tate kind of, thing, that sort of model. Whereas it's much more, this is just from personal preference, it feels much more real for it to be like an abundance from yourself. So that feeling of love, abundance and giving and fulfillment and appreciation from yourself. And I think that's maybe the coming almost full circle.